Meghan Markle didn't just marry into royalty. She married into a financial disaster. And the numbers don't lie. Prince Harry, once flush with inheritance from Princess Diana and the Queen Mother, is now reportedly burning through millions at a pace that's left even seasoned royal insiders speechless. His latest courtroom adventure, a jaw-dropping one, £5 million spent chasing a legal dream that's spiraling into a nightmare. And according to biographer Angela Lavin, the situation is far worse than the public thinks. Forget fairy tales. This is a financial meltdown in full royal regalia. Let's talk about Meghan for a second. She's living like she's still in a palace, but their California mansion with its 16 bathrooms isn't exactly modest. Add in the designer wardrobe, the flashy jewelry, and the small army of staff who supposedly cater to them 3 times a day, and the costs shoot up fast. Meghan reportedly goes through money like it's free, flowing tap water. And Harry, he's stuck playing catch-up, convinced he's still the prince who commands respect just by walking into a room. But the harsh reality, that royal glow faded the moment they walked out of Buckingham Palace. Angela Lavin claims that Harry genuinely believed the courts would side with him because, well, he's Prince Harry. That delusion is part of the problem. He walked into yet another legal battle with the confidence of a man who thinks the crown still protects him. But this latest case has turned into a full-blown embarrassment. The judge isn't just unimpressed. He's furious. He's calling out inconsistencies, missing documents, and shady behind-the-scenes dealings. This isn't some noble crusade for justice. It's messy, expensive, and according to court records, possibly corrupt. Here's the real kicker. The court has ordered Harry to disclose any payments or deals made to people testifying on his behalf. That includes a private investigator reportedly offered £5,000 a month. The judge didn't buy the excuses and slammed Harry's legal team for being vague and unconvincing. If these allegations hold water, then Harry's not just losing money. He could be losing what little credibility he has left. There's also the matter of Doreen Lawrence, a respected figure who tragically lost her son Stephen in a racially motivated attack years ago. The Daily Mail once stood by her, even risking legal trouble to support her pursuit of justice. But now, documents reveal it was Harry himself who texted her, urging her to join the lawsuit against the very paper that once championed her. That's not just questionable, it's calculated. It paints a picture of a man willing to burn bridges and twist loyalties, all in the name of revenge against a newspaper he despises. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, Harry's motive. This isn't about justice, healing, or principle. It's about money, plain and simple. When the royal paychecks dried up, the couple pivoted hard to media deals, interviews, and lawsuits. They needed a win. But this court case, it's backfiring, dragging Harry into territory that feels more reality TV than royal legacy. To top it off, even Meghan's own mother, Doria, seems to have distanced herself. According to Levon, she's had enough of Meghan's endless moaning and groaning. When your own mom taps out, it says a lot. The royal duo, once treated as underdogs seeking freedom, now look more like grifters hunting for headlines and handouts. And that judge, he's not playing games anymore. He's demanding transparency, warning that failure to disclose payments could lead to the entire case being thrown out. It's not just the courtroom antics causing chaos. Harry's public image is taking serious hits. Once the golden boy of the royal family, known for his cheeky grin and military service, he's now struggling to command respect in any arena. When he gives speeches, the seats aren't packed like they used to be. The media buzz mostly critical. His brand has shifted from beloved royal to cautionary tale, and people are no longer buying the narrative he's selling. The desperation is showing. When headlines broke about a so-called peace summit with King Charles, it felt like a PR distraction from the legal mess unraveling behind closed doors. But if it was meant to take the heat off, it failed. The story that really grabbed attention was a high court demanding Harry come clean about shady payments made to secure support for his lawsuit. The whole thing reached a strategy gone wrong, a flailing attempt to stay relevant, wrapped in legal drama and royal nostalgia. Meanwhile, the press isn't holding back. Royal commentators and insiders like Angela Levin are calling for what it is an ugly, expensive, and potentially career-ending mistake. Harry has become a case study in how to squander royal privilege. Levin didn't mince words, suggesting that this isn't a man fighting for justice. It's a man looking for financial lifelines. And when those lifelines include manipulating vulnerable allies like Doreen Lawrence or allegedly paying off investigators, it becomes hard to argue otherwise. Even the public seems to be turning. Once people gave Harry and Meghan the benefit of the doubt, they were seen as rebels standing up to an outdated system. But sympathy wanes fast when luxury living, endless lawsuits, and tone-deaf public comments become the norm. The couple's lavish Monaco lifestyle clashes harshly with their constant narrative of victimhood. It's hard to cry injustice from a multi-million-dollar mansion. There's also a sense of fatigue. Audiences are tired of the back and forth, the court cases, the documentaries, the interview. What if Harry and Meghan really contributed lately? Aside from controversy, Netflix, which once gambled big on the Sussexes, is reportedly rethinking that investment. Their content hasn't pulled in the numbers or the public interest the platform expected. The novelty has worn off, and what's left is a trail of drama and diminishing returns. Back in the courtroom, the judge's tone is growing colder. He's made it clear that time is running out. If Harry's team doesn't hand over concrete documentation about who was paid and why, the entire case could collapse. That wouldn't just be humiliating. It could expose deeper ethical issues that open the door to more legal scrutiny. And this time, there's no royal title to hide behind. And then there's Meghan. She's not in the courtroom, but her presence is everywhere. Her spending habits, her rumored influence over Harry's decisions, her distance from royal responsibilities, it all feeds a narrative that she's the driving force behind this train wreck. Critics say she's built a lifestyle on illusion, one that relies on status. She no longer officially holds in money that's rapidly drying up. Inside sources whisper about rising tension between the couple, though nothing has been confirmed. But when financial pressure meets public embarrassment, cracks start to show. With dwindling public favor, a mountain of legal fees, and no clear plan forward, Harry's situation is less royal exile and more tabloid soap opera. The charm is gone, the pity has faded, and now all eyes are on whether he'll finally crash or somehow crawl his way out. The royal drama doesn't end in court filings and media headlines. It spills into every public appearance and social interaction. When you live in the spotlight, even a day at Wimbledon can turn into a battlefield. Just ask Camilla Tammini. The respected journalist found herself ambushed by a loud, self-proclaimed Sussex fan who screamed insults at her mid-match, all while snapping a picture and blasting it across social media. Her crime, reporting critically on Harry and Meghan. And just like that, the toxic fandom crossed from Twitter threads into real-life confrontations. Camilla later addressed a bizarre episode, describing how a woman seated behind her shouted her name, announced she was a Meghan supporter, and then brought up an old insult she tweeted months ago. It wasn't just awkward, it was hostile. A journalist trying to enjoy a tennis match with her husband ended up being harassed by someone drunk on obsession, and maybe on more than just royal gossip. And the sad part, this kind of behavior is becoming normal in the orbit around Harry and Meghan. This isn't just about rude fans or online trolling anymore. The Meghan-Harry divide has become a culture war. You're either for them or against them, and anyone who dares to criticize, even politely, is branded a villain. Angela Levin knows the feeling well. She's endured years of online abuse simply for speaking her mind about the Sussex. The attacks are personal, repetitive, and cruel. She's been called everything under the sun, all because she dared to question the couple's decisions. It's no longer debate. It's religious devotion on one side and total outrage on the other. And the irony, the people most viciously attacking others for hate are the ones spewing the most of it. They defend a narrative that's worn thin. That Meghan and Harry are victims by the press, cast out by an evil royal family. But look closely, and the cracks are glaring. Meghan's mother, Doria, reportedly distancing herself. Former allies going silent. Netflix dialing back its enthusiasm. It doesn't scream persecution. It screams self-inflicted chaos. The courtroom failures, the PR misfires, the public outbursts. It all paints a bigger picture of a couple who misread the game. They wanted to reinvent royalty on their terms to take the fame without the rules. But that's not how legacy works. Fame without purpose fades. Titles without duty mean nothing. You can only cash in on a sob story for so long before people start asking, what have you actually done? And it's not like the rest of the royals are sweating. Prince William and Princess Catherine continue to show up, do their duties, and carry the monarchy forward without constant drama. Their children, especially young Charlotte, are growing into public roles with poise. While the Sussexes spiral, the Cavendiges are quietly building the future of the crown. And whether you like the monarchy or not, there's no denying who looks more stable, more respected, and more influential. Even when comparing figures like Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, the contrast is sharp. Sophie came from humble beginnings, wasn't born into privilege, and yet managed to win the Queen's admiration with dignity and discretion. Diana may have called her Miss Goody Two-Shoes and jealousy, but Sophie stayed the course. No podcasts, no interviews, just grace under pressure. That's the kind of royal people respect. As for Harry, he's out of aces. The public is numb. The courts are skeptical. The media is circling. And the dream of carving out a new path has turned into a spectacle. Costly, chaotic, and completely off script. The only thing left to watch now is how far this fall goes, and whether anyone's still listening when it hits rock bottom.